Hi, welcome back to part 5 of the Pintail duck wood carving project. As you can see, I'm burning feathers today, and this is going to take a long time, so I hope you'll stick around to the end. I'm just going to show segments of progression as I go. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them for me in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like these videos. Let's get back to the project. Kind of like drawing scales on. I need to get my reference photos out and look at the shape of the feathers here, but this will give me an idea of which way they're going. Alright, so what I've done is I went through and drew in all the quill stems on the feathers, and I'm going to go through with a different tip on here, and I'm going to do a slight little indentation beside each tip. I'm going to leave I'm going to leave this section around this joint here blank until I get the head mounted to the body, because I'm going to have to do some sanding after. Once I get it, I'll pin it. I'll drill a hole and here and put a wooden dowel in there, and then I'll epoxy it on. But then I'll take some wood putty and fill in around the seam, and then I'll have to sand it to kind of blend that in and hide that seam. So once I do that, then I'll come back and I'll finish up the feather texture in this area here. Just because, like I say, I'll be doing some sanding there. So I've got all this around the front of the body, and then I've still got some to do on this pocket side here. can kind of get an idea. This is several hours of work. Going back in here and putting some feather splits in here. Sometimes the feather barbs will kind of split apart. I've decided I like burning scales on fish better than burning barbs and ducks' feathers. I'm starting to get the hang of it, I think. They're not perfect. I wish I had taken some more close-up pictures of their body feathers when I visited the taxidermist shop, but I didn't. So I don't think these are 100% accurate in the way they look, but it'll give the illusion of feathers, and once it gets painted, a lot of the mistakes I've made will be kind of hidden. Probably do several here. Alright, I'm going to go through here. Made an executive decision here. I drew some lines, some directional lines, just to kind of get the flow of the feathers right. And I'm just going to kind of go through here and just real lightly burn in some edges. And again, I'm probably not doing this the best way, but this helps me keep them more uniform. Okay, that's going to do it for part 5 of this Pintail duck wood carving series. As you can see, I got the feathers all detail all burned in, and I hope I kept it short enough by showing just little bits and pieces of the progression of it, because it took me 50 hours roughly to get all these on there. And so it was a long, tedious process. As you can see here around the neck, I still have some to go, but I still have to mount the head permanently, and I'm probably gonna do this off camera, but all I'm gonna do is drill a hole in the head and the base here, and then epoxy it in with I'll put a wooden dowel in there, then epoxy it on the top. Then I'm gonna take some wood putty and fill around the seam and sand it down smooth, and then I'll finish burning the detail around this spot there. Also have to glue in the tail feathers, the pintail feathers. I did these separate just because they're so fragile and thin. I knew I would end up breaking them off, so I did those separate. In hindsight, I wish I had mounted them from underneath the tail and put the tail feather detail over the top, but I do have some up here. It's probably not quite right, but that's just one of the many mistakes I've made on this. Like I say, this is the first one I've ever done, so it was a learning process for me, and I hope y'all can learn from my mistakes. But anyway, the next step after this is going to be to seal it and prime it with gesso and then painting. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. That helps the video grow. And I'll see y'all on part 6 for painting. Quack, quack, quack.